G'day Spuddies, how we going? Did you like my artwork on the thumbnail? I thought it was beautiful. Shout out to Doug Lyle for the inspo. I'm out for a Sunday, a Sunday? It's not even Sunday, it's Wednesday. I'm out for a Wednesday evening stroll with Frank. Hello Frank, say hello. Hello. Not gonna say hello? Hello. 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 It's bedtime for Frank. Anyway, I wanted to talk about why we are food addicts, why it's people are predisposed to food addiction. And it goes all the way back to hunter-gatherer days. During most of human evolution, the people who are most likely to survive are the people that are best at finding and consuming calories. So the people that were best at finding and consuming calories would have the biggest fat stores, which would mean that we'd be the most likely to survive a drought or a time of scarcity. Right, so that would give us a survival advantage, which would mean our genes are more likely to be passed on, and that our ability to track and consume calories becomes even more enhanced as the generations go on. Now, imagine someone like myself wandering the African savannah and we come across a donut tree. All right, a tree that looks something like that one there, except that it's covered in donuts. All right, someone like me, like my former self, I should say, would have been excellent at stuffing my face full of as many donuts as it could possibly fit in, and all of that fat and sugar and extra calories that I would be eating would be going straight to my already ample-sized belly. Then, what happens next? Well, someone like me with an extra enlarged motivation to seek calories would then have more motivation to remember exactly where that tree was for next year when it comes in season again, and maybe even be better at figuring out how to plant a couple extra so that when we come back next year there'll be more trees and the bounty of calories will be even bigger, so that'll mean we're even more likely to survive the year after. Back in those ancient times, these donut trees would have been the healthiest trees around because they would have provided the most calories for the least energy, and least energy expended by me to get the most calories. That would be the point of it, and that would have meant we were more likely to survive. All right, and it would have been totally healthy because they were only in season for 2 weeks a year. The rest of the year we're relying on healthy fruits and vegetables, and these days it's unhealthy, of course, but in those days only 2 weeks a year of gorging on donuts is not going to hurt you. But of course, in modern society, the donut trees are always in season and they're everywhere you look. So this is the reason I'm telling you this is because I want you to know, if you're a food addict, that you are not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. In fact, in the opposite to that, I would say that rather than being broken or being faulty in some way, that you are in fact the epitome of the ultimate human survival machine. All right, so don't be ashamed of who you are. All we need to do is learn to work with who you are instead of trying to fight it all the time. I'll talk about that tomorrow. Until then, though, you can read a blog post I wrote about this. And you can also go to the website www.spudfit.com. Actually, I'll put a link to this in the description below, but it's Starchy Marchy coming up, so if you want to join the Spud Fit Academy and do my online program, it's 50% off right now if you use the code Starchy Marchy. I'll put that all in the description. But anyway, there you go. That's my thoughts on where food addiction originates in the human psyche. And I hope that helps, and I hope that makes you think of food addiction in a slightly different and more positive light. There you go, Starchy Marchy coming up. Get on board and spud up!